long before stone was shaped, before the spark of fire dared to burn against the night. There was only instinct, a world untouched by reason, where every sound could mean life or death. In the tangled forests of an ancient earth, one creature began to hesitate, to wonder, caught between the branches above and the widening savanna below. 8.4 million years ago, survival was not just strength, it was awareness, the patience to wait, the fear to flee, the courage to reach. This is not the story of a tool, but of a thought, a fragile whisper in the mind, the first glimmer of imagination. The first spark was not struck from stone, it was born within, and from that spark, everything would change. Need, the relentless driver of change. It has shaped every life that ever walked this earth. Some of his cousins had learned the use of a simple stick, to reach, to dig, to strike. But he saw more. He saw the weakness in what already was, and the possibility of what could be. His world was harsher, the rains less kind, the predators more cunning, the hunger more constant. What he was about to do defied millions of years of instinct. For the first time, a creature would act not from impulse, but from intention, to shape an object not as a mere extension, but as a solution. The first strike, not of stone on stone, but of purpose upon obstacle. A new sound entered the world, the sound of creation, and in that heartbeat of discovery, he was no longer just an animal. He was a maker. An idea, once born, cannot be contained. It spreads, silently, invisibly, from one mind to another, growing, adapting, evolving. What began as a single moment of thought now finds its first student, the first to learn from invention, the first to refine it. The tool adapts to the user. The user, in turn, adapts to the tool. A quiet revolution, unfolding in plain sight. The old world watches the new, uncertain, skeptical, but curious. Then comes acceptance. The moment the idea is validated, the spark becomes a flame. The flame spreads like wine through dry grass. One idea branching into many. The inventor becomes the innovator, no longer content with what is, but reaching for what could be. And from that innovation comes the first true dividend. More calories, more energy, more time. Technology begins to reshape behavior. Then community, then society itself. They were not yet human, but they had taken the first, most crucial step toward becoming so. Generations passed, yet the idea did not die. It lived quietly, carried in memory, refined through imitation, improved through accident and necessity. What began as curiosity became understanding. The seed of the next great idea was planted. The leap from using a found object to crafting an intended one. It was a shift not of muscle, but of mind. The path to stone blades would be long, not measured in centuries, but in millions of years. Yet the essential curiosity was now awake, alive in every experiment, every hesitant strike, every moment of discovery. The journey of a million years began with one single, clumsy blow. Their story was not carved into monuments, nor painted on walls, but written in the smallest of details. Microscopic where on a forgotten bone. These faint traces whispered of intention, of the first makers. They were our beginning. Fragile, uncertain, but brave. They dared to see more than what was, to see a tool in a bone. And in that single act of vision, they started the clock on humanity. The world offered opportunity, but every gift came wrapped in danger. Life was abundant, yet every path to survival was laced with mortal peril. The plains were filled with bounty, locked away behind hide, bone, and sinew. The same mind that once sought safety, now sought access. The first cut, not for feeding, but to open what nature had hidden. And in that moment, a barrier was broken. Knowledge passed like fire between them, shared in an instant, multiplying their power. A feast followed, rich beyond anything their kind had known, earned not through strength or swiftness, but through intelligence and daring. But the owner returned, the night filled with low growls and thunderous steps. The price of their theft would be death. Yet something had changed. They were no longer helpless. They were armed and united. For the first time in the history of life, a predator was faced, not with tooth or claw, but with tools, and courage born from unity. In that heartbeat of defiance, a line was crossed, from prey to contender. Full stomachs gave birth to idle hands, and idle hands gave birth to curiosity. For the first time, Wonder came not from fear, but from fascination. The first representation appeared, a symbol separate from the thing itself, a mark that meant more than survival. It was the birth of an idea, more powerful than any tool: communication. The first story was told. This thing did this because of her. Meaning passed between minds. Technology began to weave them together, forming bonds stronger than muscle or instinct. Questions arose about life, about death, about what might lie beyond the living. Heirlooms appeared, objects that carried the past into the future. The world was no longer merely endured. It was understood. The first artifact kept not for use, but for its form, the seed of art. It all began with one audacious thought. What if I use this? They were no longer just reacting to the world. They were preparing for it. Their thoughts, etched in mud, were fragile. Yet the impulse to mark, to say I was here, had begun. The river of time flowed on, relentless, unstoppable, and eternal. The inheritors of that first spark carried it forward, generation after generation, nurturing it carefully, adding to it with every discovery, every experiment. The idea matured. The found object was rejected, replaced by the crafted one, shaped with intention, with purpose. From a million years of trial, error, and perseverance, the world's first industry was born. The reward of persistence was written, not in monuments, not in wealth, but in calories, in energy saved, and in precious time. The curriculum of the Stone Age, passed down through millennia, each lesson carefully preserved, each technique teaching survival, adaptation, and mastery. Society grew more complex, built on the foundation of toolmaking, where every artifact told a story of skill and ingenuity. Yet the night still hunted them, dark and full of threats. But fire gave courage, courage gave wonder, and in wonder lay imagination. Imagination lit the soul, and the soul carried them forward. The hand spoke where words could not. Gestures, motions, meaning, all conveyed through touch. Symbols were born, first simple marks, and then patterns, shapes, representations of thought. Symbols became memory preserved. Memory carried across generations, across time, ensuring that knowledge was never lost. Many voices became one, a chorus of understanding, a community shaped by shared experience. Stone sharpened survival, every strike deliberate, every edge purposeful. Survival strengthened unity. Unity conquered fear. Fear gave way to courage, and courage sparked imagination. One step led to another, each generation building upon the last. They carried their tools, their fire, their hope, outward across plains, rivers, and mountains. The river of humanity flowed ever onward, unstoppable, relentless, enduring. And still, they dreamed. Stories gave meaning to memory. Ritual gave weight to love and loss. Imagination gave birth to myth, myths that would echo through eternity, shaping the very soul of humankind. Before memory, before words, there was silence, vast and endless. The earth spoke first, in fire that danced across the darkened skies, in stone that bore the marks of time, etched by wind, rain, and persistence. Life clung to the trees, hidden in the thick green canopy, watching, listening, waiting, sensing the slow changes of the world around them. And the world was changing. One by one, they began to stand, each step cautious, deliberate, trembling with uncertainty, yet full of intention. The first steps of a journey through danger, hunger, and relentless fear. Curiosity reshaped survival. Stone became thought made real. The simplest tool, the first strike, a leap of imagination and understanding. They feared fire at first, the wild, untamed heat that could destroy or protect. And then they mastered it. In that mastery, in that spark of intelligence, the path of humanity truly began, and a new dawn of thought, courage, and imagination lit the world. Fire was safety, warmth against the darkness, light against the unknown. Together, they faced giants, predators, storms, the endless wild. Together, they endured, through fear, through hunger, through the endless nights. Then came color, the first strokes of understanding, the first sparks of imagination. They lived, they loved, they died, and in each life, the story of humanity grew. Their tools grew with them, from simple stones to crafted instruments, each one a step toward mastery. Villages became cities. Stone became monument. Marks became words. Words became memory. Memory became culture. They reached for the heavens. For knowledge, for creation, for the unknown. Their inventions echo still, shaping our lives, shaping our dreams. Their language evolves, carrying forward the spark they lit long ago. One spark became a world of light, and that light still guides us today. Dreams of flight became reality. Humans lifted into the skies, and the earth itself was no longer the limit. Yet the story remains the same. Still the same hands shaping the world. Still the same spark of curiosity. Still the same courage that drives creation forward. Their names are lost to time. Their bones have turned to dust. Yet their legacy endures across the centuries. It lives on in every invention, in every act of building, in every problem solved, in every spark of imagination that pushes humanity forward. Every time you write, every time you create, every time you seek to understand, you are speaking their language. You honor their memory. You are the current in a river that began to flow long ago, in the heart of Africa, carrying forward the story of humanity, a story that flows through time, through you, and into the future.